What's good, guys? CJ here, and today we gotta talk about a topic that a lot of people are talking about. It's something that, at least in the space of the gacha community, is often brought up, and even though we like to say that Duet Night Abyss is not a gacha game, it still has a lot of gacha things in it, so we're gonna talk about this topic, and it's quite simple. Is Duet Night Abyss dying? Right? Hot topic right there, right? Let's get that clickbait going, chat. But the reason we're talking about this is quite simple. We're going to be talking about revenue, right? How much money did the game make? Is the game doing good? Is the game doing bad? What do we think about the money that the game is making? And what do the devs maybe be thinking about it? And why did it make the amount of money that, it made? So when we look at the heavy hitters, the big dons of the gacha community, you know what I'm talking about? They made enough money to feed entire small countries, bro. Right? We got Honkai Star Rail making $81 bazillion, bro. They be making money. Arc Knights making insane, bro. Arc Knights be booming. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even know Arc Knights had it like that, bro. Arc Knights be making money, right? Pokemon Pocket, 41 mil. Last month, they made 49 mil, right? Love and Gooner Space, 30 mil. Umamuse, all you furry lovers, 28 mil. So when we look at these numbers, right, you guys would be asking yourself, how much money did the amazing game of Duet Night Abyss made? Because let's be real, there are some very interesting things that this game is currently offering. It has some very good gameplay, right? To some people, it has the ability to get every single character for free. You don't have to, wail loud. You don't got to get cucked by getting Ling Yang when you're summoning for your favorite Withering Waves character. You don't got to worry about all of that. No 50-50s. You can get every character, every weapon. Matter of fact, you can get every character within a few hours of the new character dropping. The new character drops within an hour, you'll have them. So, when we look at these things, right, how much money did this game make on its launch month? We already know the launch month of these games is usually when they make the most amount of money. So I'm sure we'll be expecting some good amount of money. So I want to ask you guys, how much money do you think Duet Night Abyss made in its launch month? Let me know in the comment section below before we continue. Just put a random number, and by the end of the video, we'll actually see how much this game made, right? With that said, as we scroll down, the numbers start getting smaller, so you'd be looking for, Duet Night Abyss. And I do want to clarify before we keep going, because there's always where's my glasses? There's always going to be actually, those numbers are not precise. They're just guesstimates. So, this doesn't actually say anything. This is only mobile. This is only in Zimbabwe numbers. There's always that one guy that comes to the actual fucking comments. Look, we know. These aren't the exact numbers, okay? We don't have the literal CEOs and company people telling us how much they made. We're going by the numbers that everybody and their mama goes with, okay? So, when you go down, you'd be looking for Duet Night Abyss in here. So, where the hell is Duet Night Abyss? We're starting to go down 5 mil, 3 mil, 2 mil. I still don't see Duet Night Abyss, bro. We got some games I ain't even heard of. Isekai Slow Life. That made 2 mil, and just an NA. And that's it. We got to the bottom of the list, right? There is no Duet Night Abyss. That means they must have made less than $2 million, right? At least from what this said. So, the community has gone around and looked for other sources of information to see where they found, their numbers. So, the first one that we're going to look at is this one right here that pretty much shows us that on mobile, it made about $600,000. Now, on top of that, there are some very concerning things, which means that, like in the CN market and the Eastern market, it didn't really make a lot of money, right? They didn't really want to buy anything. Now, are these numbers correct or not? I don't know, but it's way down there. Like, if we go all the way down, it's kind of down there. 600K, it's not the greatest, especially for a company that wants to keep their game afloat. But I also want to clarify, these are mobile numbers. And I don't know if y'all try to play Duet Night Abyss on mobile. Yeah, it's not a good experience. They definitely got to do some optimization. And the thing with mobile is that this game is not like your typical like Genshin, Withering Waves, where you're fighting like one enemy or like 3-4 enemies at most. And here you're farming a lot of shit. There's a lot of things going on. The movement is very crazy. right? You're jumping, dashing, weaving, bobbing. There's a lot of things going on, which makes it a little bit annoying to play on mobile. And then on top of that, the optimization is kind of ass. With that said, though, $600,000 on mobile is a pretty low number. But I will say, I believe that most of the revenue that this game made came from PC gamers, because let's be honest, the game is so much better on PC. Get yourself a PC. Stop wailing for the $40,000 Where Winds Meet boat. Don't do that. Don't be stupid. Wail on some anime titties in Duet Night Abyss. Support the game. It probably will get better. If it don't, we'll probably go play something else. But $600,000 is pretty low, but it's still something. At least they can pay off their company for now, for the month, right? Now, we got another number right here that I don't know how true this one is. At the end of the day, I don't know how true any of these are. But this one says that they made $2.5 million throughout the global and CN market. And the CN market was not interested in the game. You know why? Because there's not enough tentacles. I mean, we have one, but that's a kid. I mean, I don't know what they got going on over there. But yeah, there's not enough furries. There's not enough gooning. So I'm telling you right now, devs, listen, if you want that CN market to give you more money, you got to add the following. Not for my personal taste, but if you want the CN market to start dropping you some money, you got to do the following. 1, add lady nipple G-string leopard thong bikini. Easy $1 million launch day of that skin. 2, add some furries. Y'all know the CN market go crazy for them furries. Add a horse girl. Boom. Get the Umamuse players. Y'all know they love their horse girls, bro. Boom. Easy. Add some tentacles. What else do you need? You got the CN market giving you at least $5 million the day y'all add that. So yeah, that's something that I want to talk about. Now, whether these numbers are correct or not, I want to be honest. I do think that the reason the game is not doing too well in terms of their revenue, and let's just say they did make about $2 million. $2 million is not chump change. I feel that the notion that people think that gacha companies need this type of money to actually make content is absolutely ridiculous. The fact that a game like Honkai Star Rail, matter of fact, the fact that a company like Hoyo has, they have hundreds of millions of dollars being made per month. The fact that they're not dropping content that seems like it's from 2057, right? That you click start on your game and you just see links, start and it teleports you into the game. I don't know what they're doing. But plenty of companies are able to stand afloat with, $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million a month. I think that's more than enough for these companies to continue pumping out content. So with that said, $2 million, which is what I think they made, let's just say somewhere around there, could be more, could be less, it don't matter, but let's just give a $2 million estimate, is not that horrible. And the reason I say it's not that horrible is because when we hop into the game, ladies and gentlemen, when we actually hop into Duet Night Abyss, there are several things that the game is doing to screw itself over. And we're not talking about the people that are going to complain about the grind. We're not talking about any of that. We're going to talk about things that are actually like on the dev side of things, right? Grinding, if you don't like grinding, that's on you. But the first thing is, you acquire all the characters for free. I kid you not, I've seen so many people actually say that the game would be better if it had character gacha. So the same game, but instead of getting all the characters for free, you would have to gacha for them. Listen, I don't know how much gacha crack you've been consuming and snorting. That's not good. Gacha is not good. I understand gacha players would be, like, at this point, they're accustomed to gacha. They've been mentally, like, brainwashed to want gacha games, to get that adrenaline rush when they're summoning for a character, right? To save for 3 months, so when the 3.0 patch drops, you finally get the new shiny character that you so want. I understand that. But in reality is, getting the characters for free is great, guys. Y'all gotta understand. Imagine the gacha games you play being able to get the characters you want by simply playing the game. But the community and a lot of people, whether they admit it or not, are addicted to the gacha mechanic of summoning a new shiny unit. That dopamine rush when they see that thing turn gold and then boom, the character pops up is there. I'm gonna just be real. I don't like it. I'm glad we don't have it, but that's one of the things. But it goes deeper than that. It's not just the fact that they decided to give us every single character for free. Every single character for free. You can get her. She just dropped. You can get her. She was the last feeder banner character. You can get her. You can get her. Damn, why would you not want to get her, bro? Like, what are we talking about, bro? All of these characters, you can get all of them for free. Just by playing the game, right? There is something that goes deeper than that, ladies and gentlemen. And this is absolutely on the devs' behalf. Why does this game have literally no ways for you to spend your money? This game is running on cosmetics. That's how they're planning to make their money, right? They have zero variety, pretty much. Like, they have like a 1% variety in how you're going to give them money. That's just the reality of it. They got this skin right here, which is their gacha, right? They got their gacha. This skin, while cool, it's like, it ain't really that inspiring. Like, you're not really going to get into the game, holy shit, look at this skin. Now, the reason I say this is because when you look at this skin, right? Let's see if we can look at it over here real quick, chat, right? Let's look. So this is the base Psyche skin, right? They currently have a banner running for this skin, for the skin that I'm about to show you, for this character. It's this. I'm gonna be real with you. This is not the type of skin that makes me say, yo, I want to spend some money, dog. I want to spend some money on it. Like, it's nice. It's pretty, but that's about it. Like, I mean, this one's all right. I'll take this, or I'll take this. You know what I mean? I'll take this over wailing for this. So I'm going to be honest, this is not it when it comes to their gacha skin. I feel that it could have done a lot better. Yes, this does have like some nice sparkles and stuff to it, but it's not that special. Outside of that skin, for this one character, there is no other character that has a skin in the game. This is a Christmas skin. It is a generic skin that you can put on every single character in the game, and it looks the same on every character. You might be thinking, why does it look different color? Because I painted it with paint, right? That's it. That is also kind of limited in the way you acquire set paint, right? You can't craft it. They don't have color palettes that you could buy, because I would buy a color palette with money, right? No, this is the only skin that all the characters have in the game. Like, imagine a skin for this character that looked badass. If anybody knows how she plays, she's out here gunslinging, bro. Look at this. She's out here gunslinging. Cowboy girl Lynn, come on now. This character alone could make them enough money to feed a small country if they did work with it. Because, I mean, shit, I'm just saying, bro. Them tittings be tanging, bro. So they can make money with that. No other character has skins in the game. And I just want to, before we continue, I know somebody's going to be in there talking about, hold on. I know someone's going to be in there talking about, well, actually, you just got to let them cook. The game's been out for 1 month. They are going to make more skins with time. You got to give them time, please. Shut your ass up, bro. Bro, they dropped the game knowing that their monetization was going to be skins, and they dropped one skins. I don't know how long you think making skins take in a game like this, but if gacha companies can drop a whole character, a whole weapon, a whole kit, a whole animation and cinematic animation, all in a 20-day period for characters back to back to back to back, don't come out here telling me they couldn't have dropped at least 3 skins for characters that look like Lady Niffle, bro. Like, let's be honest, plenty of money to be made right there. So that's the first thing, right? Outside of that, right, you have these normal little packs. You have some great bro, we have a literal lightsaber in the game, and you can change the colors of the lightsaber. This is good skins. This is something that would make them money. Okay, that's one. As we move on from here, if we go back to cosmetics, they dropped a fish sword. They dropped a fish. Bro, look, I get it. Some of y'all like fish. This has been known in a lot of games. I used to have a fish sword in Monster Hunter World, and it was very funny. It was a meme. But a fish sword? I don't know what type of market they think they're aiming at, but this is the only weapon skins that we have right here, chat. We have 2 fish swords 2 fish sword skins, which are funny. You can paint them, right? You can paint your fish, right? And that's it. You have the lightsaber. And recently, in the latest patch, they released this sword skin, which is great. This is actually a really cool skin. Let me show y'all. Bop, bop, bop. You can paint it, bro. And it looks absolutely insane, bro. Right? The fact that you can paint this and make it look all kinds of crazy colors is really damn cool. But that's it. Right? That's all we got. Moving on from here, we have head cosmetic, bro. And these are basically emotes and a bird. That's all we got, bro. We got some cat ears. I know some of y'all would buy them cat ears. Other than that, why is this? Why is this? Give this to us for free. A thumbs up? Who buys that? Ain't nobody buying a thumbs up. Mood amazed. Yeah, I'm walking around with an exclamation point on top of my forehead. Come on now. Come on now, devs. Who buys this? Like, let's be honest. Y'all sit in your office and say, yup, someone's gonna buy a number 6 on top of their head. Who the fuck is buying this, bro? Ain't nobody give a shit about these cosmetics, bro. I'm gonna be honest. They don't. These should be just farmable in the open world somewhere. Put them under a rock or something. Great. Sure, it's only 10, but ain't nobody even buying 10, bro. Like, come on now, bro. I'm being serious. Who's buying this, bro? You know what I mean? These aren't things that people really want to buy. We go to the face cosmetics. Okay. Yup. I'm buying buttons for my eyes. That makes my character look so much cooler. What the fuck is this? Nightmare Before Christmas? Okay, cool. I guess you could add him in there. Why not? But that's it. These are technically the coolest. A blindfold. That's it. Right? Waist. Keychain. Bro, keychains, bro. Keychains, bro. Keychains. Look. Keychains. These are nice. These are not the tip. These are the type of cosmetics you add without people. You don't even gotta announce this. Y'all made a whole trailer showcasing these things like they're like the holy grail. Dog. These are cute. That's it. Nobody really. They're not something to be excited about. You have a goddamn. What do you call this thing? Celery. You got the Farfetch stick over here, bro. As an accessory. Okay. Fine. We move on to here. You got these swords. These are cool. I'll give you that. A leek. There you go. You got the swords. The katana little swords in the background. They're cool. Look. They're pretty cool. And then you got some nine-tailed fox looking, looking tails. These are nice, okay? These are nice. I'm not going to attack you on these. These are cool. With the little special effects, with things like that. I could see people going for those. That's literally it. We look in here. We look, where is it? Right here. And these things are all from the currency from the banner. So if I want to get white or black paint outside of like the very limited, which let's see if it's still here somewhere. I don't remember where it's at. Is it here? Right here, bro. You can get the normal colors, and I believe somewhere in the game you can get paints for like 5 or I think it's 5 blacks and 5 blues. 5 blacks and 5 whites every month or something. Outside of that, there is no other ways to get black or white. Why not just sell black or white paints? Like for actual normal, currency, right? And then we move on to the last way that the devs think they're making money. And that is by selling books. Now, for those of you that don't know what the hell this game is or what these books are, basically, if we go into them, increases commission rewards by a certain amount. So basically, you get more rewards every time you run missions and you use these books, right? So this is great. This is probably how they've made most of their money. But at the same time, if there's nothing else to do, nothing else to showcase, nothing else to, show off, people really ain't gonna buy this at the end of the day. There are people right now that have like hundreds of books if they just never used them, right? So this is fine and dandy. You can leave this here. But in a game that's gonna make money through cosmetics, you need to step your game up. The game hasn't made money because it's not a good game. That could be part of it. To some people, the game hasn't made money because there is no way that we can throw our money at the game for things we like. There is nothing to actually purchase in the game that makes us go, wow, this is nice. And you got me messed up if you think I'm gonna go in here and buy a leek. You got me messed up if you think I'm gonna go in here and buy a goddamn thumbs up. You got me messed up. Now, if they added skins, like actual skins, some fire skins to the weapons that I enjoy using, if they added some badass outfits to the characters, right? Like I said earlier when we were looking at some of these characters, in her trailer, she is literally shown in like the Wild West. Cowgirl Lynn. Money. Money, bro. This dude literally turns into a demon. Let me just show you, bro. Bop! You turn into a demon. Give that dude a mech skin, right? His normal skin is a goddamn mech pilot skin. When he transforms, he's in a mech. So many possibilities, and I know we are going to give the devs time to cook. The final message of this video, if you even were able to make it to this point, is no, the game is not dying, but the game got to step up, got to put the pedal to the metal, or they're going to get cooked, right? They've made, if it was 2 mil, they made enough money to at least survive right now. But if they don't step up, we got 1.1 right around the corner. If they don't step up, giving us a lot of cosmetics, not no keychains, not no thumbs up, not no leak in the corner. If they don't drop some cosmetics that actually make the player base say, holy shit, this looks amazing, I don't know how the game is going to go as time goes on. There are many ways that the devs could actually make this better. They just got to cook, right? So hopefully, I love this game. Hopefully the devs cook. Hopefully the devs pay attention to what the community is saying. You have no idea how many times I've seen people say, I want to give money to the game, but there is nothing that interests me. You don't hear that from games, from other gacha games. If anything, people complain about spending money in other gacha games and how expensive hitting pity is. And here people are willing to spend money. And if anything, devs, take a page from Where Winds Meet. They made a $40,000 boat and some dumbasses bought it. So make some good skins, some good cosmetics. Not that expensive or even close, but make some cosmetics and you will make some money. Take advantage of the assets that some of your characters have. Like, for example, the big old horns that Lady Nipple has, right? For example, the fact that Fabricio is over here turning into a literal demon to give himself and the demon some skins, right? And there are plenty of other characters that could have some really good looks. You have Hellfire in here, one of the very popular characters, maybe Buffer a little bit too. But she also has some 2 gigantic, extremely heavy horns on the top of her head that you could also work with to give her some cosmetics. But at the end of the day, don't panic, guys. Let's see how the game is doing. Hopefully the devs actually put the pedal to the metal and we actually start seeing some cosmetics and the revenue starts going up, some quality of life. I have trust in the devs. They're going to do good. The devs themselves said they knew they were going to lose money. So unless the devs were, like, in their mindset, they were expecting to release cosmetics like this shit, unless the devs were expecting to release cosmetics like this and make 10, 15, 20 million dollars, if they were expecting that, we're cooked, chat. The game is gonna die. If they thought they were gonna make 10, 20, 30 million dollars by dropping a thumbs up, exclamation point, and a question mark, we're cooked, chat. But I'm pretty sure the devs are smarter than that, and they knew they were gonna be taking a massive loss on earnings from not only removing gacha, but changing their whole monetization formula. And one thing we know about gacha games like Wuthering Waves and Genshin Impact and some of the other ones like that, they don't really go hard in skins. So these devs had to switch everything real fast. And on top of that, they have to now start creating the characters, the areas, the skins. They got a lot on their plate. Let's give them time. Hopefully the game will pick up. But that's going to be it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I know I rambled on for a while, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the little chat. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, drop a comment. I need them comments. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.